السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الله أكبر، الله أكبر، الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله، أشهد أن لا أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله، أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على إن الحمد لله رب العالمين، حمد الشاكرين الذاكرين. نحمدك يا مولاي ونستغفرك يا مولاي وأستهديك، وأعوذ بك من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهد الله فهو المهتد، ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. إن خير الحديث كلام الله سبحانه وتعالى، وخير الهدي هدي سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، له الملك وله الحمد يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير. وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وحبيبه، بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وكشف الغمة وتركنا على المحجة البيضاء ليلها كنهارها لا يزيغ عنها إلا هالك. أما بعد عباد الله، فأوصي نفسي وإياكم بتقوى الله العلي العظيم الذي قال في محكم الكتاب: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله، يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. وقال أيضا سبحانه وتعالى: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. Respected brother and sister in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We bear witness Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the only God to be worshipped. He is our creator. He is our guide, giving our guidance, subhanahu wa ta'ala. And He indeed in control of everything of His creation. And we bear witness also, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, indeed His last messenger. He delivered the message he received from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala incomplete. And we bear witness, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam paved the road for us to be connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the road as-sirat al-mustaqim, to be entered the Jannah insha'Allah. I advise myself and everybody else to revere Allah, to fear Him subhanahu wa ta'ala, to fear not but Him, to revere Him, and to die not except in the state of Islam, and to say the right thing. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rectify our deed and to forgive our sin. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive all of us sin insha'Allah. موضوع خطبة اليوم إن شاء الله حديث قاله سيدنا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. وفي هذا الحديث جمع المصطفى الحبيب صلى الله عليه وسلم دستورا كاملا يعمل من خلاله المسلمون. Today khutbah inshallah gonna be about one hadith of ahadith Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and that hadith Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam set constitution for the believer to work through that constitution. And the subject and the object of that constitution, Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said for us, the responsibility for each one of us. We as a Muslim, we have great deal for responsibility. And Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that responsibility in details in that hadith, which I am going to read now first in Arabic and try as much as I could explain it in English and Arabic. عن عبد الله بن عمر رضي الله عنهما قال: سمعت سيدنا رسول الله سمعت رسول الله قال: كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. قال سيدنا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: كلكم راعي ومسؤول عن رعيته، فالإمام راع وهو مسؤول عن رعيته، والرجل راع وهو مسؤول عن رعيته، والمرأة في بيتها راعية وهي مسؤولة عن رعيتها، والخادم راع في مال سيده وهو مسؤول عن مال سيده ورعيه. وقال الإمام مالك، وقال أيضا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم بلفظ آخر: والابن في مال أبيه راع وهو مسؤول عن رعيته. When we look at that hadith, we found Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam started by putting the responsibility on the shoulder of each one in the Muslim Ummah. There is nobody exempt. كلكم. Each one of us has duty and responsibility towards the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, toward the community, toward his family, toward everybody else. Then Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam started to explain little bit about this responsibility. فقال صلى الله عليه وسلم: ابتداء للأهمية، فالإمام راع وهو مسؤول عن رعيته. قال علماء الدين: ليس المقصود بالإمام فقط هذا الإمام، وإنما المسؤول عن المسلمين. الإمام هو من يتولى أمر المؤمنين، وإن كان يشمل في اللفظ إمام المسجد. سيدنا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم started with emphasizing on the responsibility of whatever whom assume the responsibility of running the affair of the Muslim. Whatever, when we say the affair of the Muslim, whatever it is, Islamic center like that, or bigger community, or the Muslim Ummah in large. So when he assumed that responsibility, he is responsible amam Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He will be asked by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for what he done to the Muslim in his direction. Was he the best role model for them in his character and his ethic and his conduct? Did he take that job just for the job? Or he actually wanted to be servant for his community, to be servant to the Muslim, to serve them, to make sure they will have the facility to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, number one. To make sure He asking about their need and they try to fulfill their need in each way he could in his mean. He would be asking, did he carry the amana? The community, whatever it is, a small community will enlarge. The amana, the community, when they voted or selected him to be addressing and taking care of for the affair of the community, did he execute it to the best of his knowledge what benefits the Muslim and keeping the harm away from them? How he conducted himself. The Imam here will be asked among Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, did he say the right thing, or did he cheated the Muslim on their deen just for money or to please somebody? He will be asked. It is a responsibility Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam emphasized on. For the time, Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam put the great responsibility on the man in the community, in the ummah. Are you the man taking the responsibility as a father? Did you see the affair of your children? Are you making sure your children gonna be better Muslim than you? Or you the father and the man working 20 hours, making a business and forgetting about your household? I need brother to say, I work so hard. So when my kids and my wife ask me to buy for them anything, I never say yeah, no. I always buy them whatever they need. Brother, I am a good husband. No, brother. It is not about that. It isn't the infaq here, it's tabzir. It is not about buying everything. That is the responsibility. Yes, you are responsible to provide your family for shelter and food and whatever they need as a necessity, not as a luxury. But the main responsibility is your house. People in that house reciting Quran. Is in your household people practice Islam? That is the main responsibility for you. Not only the spending, to make sure that your household is a Muslim household. And there is no excuse for that. And Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam addressing each sister in the community. Are you my sister taking care of that household? Are you making this house of tranquility and peace for the husband and the kids? Are you carrying your responsibility to bring up your kids in the best manner and the best teaching of Islam in your? Are you taking care of that husband of yours? Or you the one among the ones say, oh, we not servant. أنا لست بخادمة. الزوجة لست خادمة عندما تخدم زوجها وأبنائها. إنما هي تؤدي ما أمرها الله بها. Everybody has a responsibility, and we cannot escape from this responsibility, because we're going to be asked by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our job is amana. Our role in life is amana. What we've been doing, and did we execute our amana in the best manner which please Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahumma inni mustaghfirullah, fastaghfirullah ibadallah. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل عليك يا سيدي يا حبيبي يا رسول الله. عند سيدنا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم mentioned الخادم مسؤول عما يعمل، وليس الخادم هنا بمعنى من يخدم فقط، ولكن الخادم everybody working with a contract for somebody else. Everybody working for somebody else, hired by somebody else for any job. You've been hired to do a certain job. You make sure you're doing that job the best of your ability. Some people will say, brother, I got hired, but I didn't know the description of the job. And I found out later on the compensation, the money I'm getting out the job is a lot less worth what I'm doing. Then I'm not gonna do whatever they asked me. No. I'm gonna do what I think worth the money. No, brother. No, sister. It is not up to you. It is not up to me. I made a contract to work for somebody. I have to do that job the best of my ability. There is no excuse for it. You have to do that to make your money you gain from that job halal money. In the beginning, it was your duty to know the description of the job. It was your duty to know if you qualify for the job. Not only you wanted a job, you not only wanted a job for a few months till you get another job. It is not the way we deal in Islam. In Islam, everything we agreed about, we have to be executed. It has to be implemented. If you have a complaint, take it to the right way, to the right channel. But you have to be honest. You have to be decent in that job. Whatever it is private or it is company, regardless what kind of job you've been hired to. You have to do what you've been asked in the beginning when you hired to do. والابن مسؤول في مال أبيه. Not only one ibn, not the son only, responsible. Everybody in that household is responsible on that money and the asset of that household to be protected, to be used the right way. Nobody say, I don't care. That is not the attitude of the Muslim. We don't have in Islam, I don't care. We have in Islam, I care, and I care, and I care even if nobody asked me to care. Because the relationship here is again between me and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I don't have to wait till somebody to remind me with my responsibility toward my family, toward my community, toward my Muslim brother and sister. I don't need to be reminded always. I don't need to be advised all the time to correct myself. I should be correcting myself to be on the line, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Messenger asking us to be. Responsibility and trustworthy for whatever we carry, or whatever we act, and whatever we do. We have to feel that we are responsible front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on our duty toward our Muslim brother and sister and our community and our ummah. اللهم إني داعي فقولوا آمين. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات يا رب العالمين. اللهم ارحم أموات المسلمين. اللهم اشف مرضانا أجمعين. اللهم اجعل القرآن العظيم ربيعا لقلوبنا. اللهم اجعله لنا شفيعا يوم القيامة يا رب العالمين. اللهم اجعله لنا نورا في قبورنا. اللهم ارحمنا برحمتك الواسعة يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم احقن دماء المسلمين في جميع بلاد الإسلام يا رب العالمين وخارجها. اللهم انصر المسلمين. اللهم اعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم أيد بفضلك كلمتي الحق والدين، وانصرنا على أعدائك أعداء الدين يا رب العالمين. اللهم ألف بين قلوب المسلمين. اللهم وحد بين صفوف المسلمين. اللهم اجمعنا على كلمة الحق والدين. اللهم يا رب العالمين اجعلنا فيك إخوانا متحبين. اللهم اجعلنا يوم القيامة إخوانا على سرر متقابلين. اللهم يا رب العالمين اكرمنا ولا تحرمنا، وأغثنا ولا تحرمنا ولا تخزنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم أنت ولي ذلك وإنك على كل شيء قدير. واللهم صل وسلم وبارك على نبيك محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن اتبعهم أجمعين. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. قوموا إلى صلاتكم يرحمكم الله.